Hi guys, and welcome to my review of the Dell U3415W. Since this is my very first monitor review and I'm not quite sure what everyone wants to know, but I'm in the market for one myself, I just thought I would go into all this stuff and answer all the questions that I have myself. So let's just dive into it. We have a 34-inch monitor with a resolution of 3440 by 1440. So ultra wide with an aspect ratio of 21:9. Who is this display for? I would say if you do a lot of video editing, you will definitely have a benefit of the wide timeline, and if you like to multitask a lot, this is definitely the one to go for. I'm not quite sure if it's better than a dual monitor setup or triple monitor setup for everyone. And if you maybe only have the chance to use one monitor at a time, this is definitely the one to go for. I'm not quite sure myself yet because I will try to get also maybe a 27-incher and maybe a 25-incher to try dual and triple monitor setups to see what works best for me. But since you are watching this review, maybe this is already something you are looking into. So the specs are covered. In terms of ports, we are fine here. We have all that we would need, maybe like display port, also MHL, HDMI is there, and you also have a USB 3.0 hub. All is covered here, so that's the great thing. What else? Let's just get into the specifics here. You can slide it upwards up to this and down to this. It works quite okay. It's a little bit harder here on the video. I think it's about 14 or 15 centimeters, and you can also swivel it here to the side almost 45 degrees, so that is all covered. There is no pivot or something like that. Also can be tilted, as you can see here. So I was definitely flexible enough to get it where I wanted it to be. I had no issues at all. The buttons here are working quite okay. As you can see, now it's turned on. Now it's turned off again. A few people complain a little bit about issues here with the button sensitivity. That could be the issue. I'm not quite sure, didn't have an issue myself. We also have an OSD display where you can change the volume out of the box, change the output and the setup itself. There's not really that much to tell here because you get everything. It is quite easily accessible. I would wish maybe for not capacitive buttons, because sometimes they work, and actually they did work right now here, but as you can see, we have brightness, contrast, input source, color, display, picture in picture, or picture, then USB selection, audio, energy, menu. So it's all there. I'm not quite talking too much about it because I just wanted to talk about what is important for me. The OSD works, everything you would expect there to be is there. You have different presets and all that is there, and what is quite nice, you get a factory calibration report. So if you want something really accurate out of the box, this is the case. And I have to say one thing, I don't have a colorimeter, and if I butchered that word, it's really hard for me to sell that. It is a device to test the qualities of the monitor and to calibrate it properly. Something that a lot of people maybe need if you want proper adjustment of your colors and if you want to get the colors for your videos right. Personally, I'm not that into that whole thing. It's nice if you know your display maybe gets like all the white right and all the blacks right and all the colors, but personally for me it's just about how the picture appears for me, it is good or not. So I'm not into that whole thing. Maybe I will get a colorimeter at one point, but for right now the colors out of the box were really nice, but I prefer something slightly colder. So let's get into the actual qualities here. I think the first thing to mention is the white level. The white level is out of the box really nice. I went for something colder, which was nice for me, but I think the black levels are more important for many people because I read before I got this to review that there are issues with light bleeding, and I have to agree, it is definitely noticeable. Most visibly it's in this corner, and I will show you a picture later. You have it in the upper two corners, a little bit in the lower left corner, not so much in the lower right corner for some reason. So it is there. If it's an issue or not is something that you have to decide. Personally, whenever I have a little bit of a light source in the background or anywhere else, if I didn't have a pitch black picture, I didn't even notice it. And yes, if you watch a movie or something like that that maybe isn't widescreen and you have the black bars here, you will notice a little bit of light bleed everywhere, especially at night. And then there's also still the IPS glow. The IPS glow itself didn't bother me so much because I'm used to it from all the other IPS devices these days. It's just a thing of this technology. But the light bleed on the four corners, or let's say on the three corners, this will depend from device to device, is something that a lot of people bothered and they returned it because of that. I maybe I'm not quite sure if I would, because it didn't bother me so much, because what I usually do is video edit and all that, and I never have really a pitch black picture that much. If you watch a lot of movies, I get it, then it could be disturbing, but I'm not quite so sure if this is the real multimedia watching device or content consuming device. It's more of a creational device where you can get everything done, so not quite so sure about that. What about the colors? The colors are very vibrant and very vivid, and that's actually really surprising for me, because we have an anti-glare display. The anti-glare works really, really nice, because we have a matte panel that distracts light very, very nicely, and I never got like glare into the screen, but it still maintains a really sharp and vivid and vibrant picture that most anti-glare coatings don't achieve. This has been covered here really, really nicely. So in terms of picture quality overall, I am very satisfied, and I get it. The one thing is the backlight bleed. As for gaming, I did a little gaming yesterday, tried it. It worked really nice, especially for someone who didn't play on a monitor for a few years already. It was really impressive to see, but there were many games that just didn't actually even support 21:9. Most of the higher end games and more of the more hardcore gamer games definitely will, so don't worry about that. But it's definitely a great experience if you have the wide screen without any borders, if you would have a double or triple monitor setup. So it's really nice to see, and if you have a one monitor solution, this is a really nice one. But there is one thing that has to be mentioned. There is competition from LG. Maybe it is even supposed to be better. I can't tell for sure. I did contact LG, didn't get a reply yet, because I want to try those and really see if they manage to get the light bleed out of the way better than this one here. There's also one thing to mention. It is a curved display, something that is maybe important for you or not. If I could save money and get a flat display, I would definitely get it, because I didn't really see a benefit of the curved display. Yes, you notice it, you can see it if you maybe see it from the side. There is a definite curve, but once you use it for a little while, it completely fades out and you don't notice it. It's nice to have this maybe slightly immersive style, but I don't think the screen is big enough to really make an impact for that. It's a nice bonus, but it's nothing that I would pay extra for. So, did we cover everything? In terms of design, it's also really nice, because you have quite a small bezel. It is maybe like 8 millimeters or so. So, nice. Has up and down, has the swivel, has all the ports you need. Picture quality is really brilliant, because 1440 allows you 100% of scaling without any boosted scaling, so everything is super sharp. You don't have any scaling issues with blurred out things or smaller things. All has been done nice. Really, really nice whites. Also a very, very bright panel. I used it like it was out of the box with 75%. Worked out completely fine for me. Didn't need to go any higher, because it was actually almost too bright compared to my old monitor. It was way brighter. And that one was on 100, this one only on 75 with 100%. It would have been way too bright for me, so all that has been covered. The black could be deeper. I wasn't super happy about that. It was quite uniform, except of the light bleed at the corners. Colors really nicely done, really nicely calibrated, very natural, but still very vibrant and pleasing. So definitely a pop display. Really, really nicely done. Viewing angles, as you can maybe see here, are also absolutely solid, and I'm not quite sure if you will be able to see that, but I had no issues with the, of course, if you look from the sides and odd angles, the IPS glow is visible, and there is a slight shift of the viewing angles itself, but nothing, because you usually sit right above it, and if you have your normal constant view, all should be done. Costs, I think it will vary a lot from region to region. Here it is about 750. I already saw it for 700 for times. So the value is there compared to all the LG devices or maybe Acer and something like that. If it's worth maybe the price, or maybe if it's better for you to change to a dual monitor or triple monitor setup, is something that I hope will be able to answer in another video. But as for right now, it is a really nice monitor with really great picture, especially if you don't work all the time in a pitch black environment. You won't notice the light bleed, because I usually edit all my videos in a pitch black environment, because I'm used to it, because I usually consume all my content on a projector and then it is pitch black. But if I'm in a normal office and I would have a little bit of a light source everywhere and not a whole black picture, I would be very happy, because then the not that perfect black wouldn't be an issue. And this display really knows to impress me, because the qualities of the screen, and the calibration, the accuracy, absolutely fine, no complaints here. And there's not much I can tell you now. So if you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, reshare it, subscribe to my channel for more monitor reviews, hopefully in the future. I hope this one was okay for you. If you have any suggestions on what you would like to know, if you would like to see any changes, let me know as well, and I will try to get them into the next one. Okay, that's it for my review of the Dell U3415W. Until next time, bye.